In 2014, we realized we had outgrown our current ICU. The rooms were small and cramped. Families had no space to stay with their loved ones, and we had to turn patients away because we were constantly full. We rescheduled surgeries and even held patients in the EC and PACU. We frequently double bunked with 2 patients in one room.
It was very stressful. The environment didn't make it easy. There just wasn't enough room, and he had all these wires, and I feel like if I would have had more room, I probably would have felt more comfortable.
I was one of the nurses who got to give input into the design. I was really excited to see our ideas come to life. We went from rooms that were about 160 square feet to new ICU rooms that were almost triple the size at over 400 square feet. Simulation played a huge role in this process. We simulated pretty much every couple of months and went through every sort of detail that there was to ensure that everything then fit together.
The space has been phenomenal. The room is so spacious. For a caretaker, I had a bathroom, I had a shower, I had a sink.
The size of the room was really helpful because whenever you're in a hospital bed and you have a million people around you talking about, like, even sometimes the good things, it's a little scary. But even if there were the same number of people in the bigger room, it didn't feel like as much because the room was more spacious and people were more spread out. My
favorite design feature of the ICU is the space that they have for the parent that's staying in the room with the patient selfishly. I know that the patient beds are what they are, but the design of the room made it feel so comfortable, and I could sit down during the day on the couch, but then I could lay down at night. Secondary feature that I loved were the windows, to see outside, to look out down on the street, see the hustle and bustle of the city. Sunrise in the morning was just uplifting to his spirit. It motivates you.
The design for our new tower really focused on ensuring staff had the appropriate spaces they needed to take care of the patients and, of course, themselves. Each of our ICU floors has a staff lounge with large windows, lockers. We even have a respite room where staff can take a step away after difficult situations. Generous nourishment rooms and equipment rooms so that they don't have to travel very far from their patients. We also have lactation rooms for our pumping mothers that both staff and families can use. In addition, we have a central interior hallway that houses conference rooms and call rooms.
Provider work areas are a big improvement from what we had previously. There is much more workspace for each provider. The areas are enclosed in glass, and so that's been helpful because it provides a barrier in terms of sound so that you can talk about patients and get your work done, but you're also not having any sort of confidential patient information that can be heard by anyone else around while you're having that conversation. So I think it's helped in terms of confidentiality for patient care.
In the planning of the tower, we had a robust family advisory team. This family advisory team helped us to design our family lounges, which provides a very calm and supportive place for families to step away from the bedside. We also have welcome areas that are staffed 24 hours a day for secure and simple check-in. We also built family laundry rooms to make their stay just a little bit easier. Additionally, we have consult rooms on all of our floors where private meetings with families can occur. These rooms have video capability to ensure that all family members are able to participate. In comparison to our old unit, we've had a lot of different efficiencies that have been changed to improve the workflow of our staff. For example, we have med pass-through drawers. These med pass-through drawers are used for medication drop-off. So pharmacy is able to round on the units, drop off medications for patients without actually going in the room, and the nurse can open the drawer from the inside of the room and retrieve any medications that he or she may need for the patient. The ICU requires lots of training for staff and for families. We built a simulation room in our ICU units to allow for this training to take place. This allows for more frequent training during the staff member's shift and allows less time away from the bedside. The new ICU incorporates technology and design features that we've never had before. Outside of each room is a custom-built display that lists the patient's personalized isolation and diet needs. This prevents sheets of paper from being taped to doors. Just below the displays, personal protective equipment cabinets for easy access to necessary supplies. It was important to be able to move patients around the tower easily. The design team incorporated quick access to the Helistop and one floor below the ICU, which has a high-intensity operating room with intraoperative MRI for our most critical patients.
The biggest change that we've seen in our unit is the use of EEG monitoring. We've really been able to broaden our use of EEG and do it in a more timely fashion. We have in-house technologists that are available with the equipment available so they can hook it up immediately. And with that, we've been able to intervene faster.
Pharmacy team members are housed within the ICU that have dedicated workspaces to truly function as part of the team. We also have playrooms and a gym with monitoring capability for our patients to get out and about, mostly with physical and occupational therapy. Technology that we have is very close to our staff's fingertips. We have nurse call panels within the room where you can either direct dial a provider or blood bank or lab, or you can even push a button that allows more staff to come to the bedside if it's an urgent matter. Epic rounding monitors, and these monitors allow us to inform patients during our rounds with the family about current labs, chest x-rays, current vital signs, any medications that are going on. So it's really a quick glance for the providers while they're rounding, but it's also a great tool that the families can use throughout their stay in the hospital.
Having all that information be in the room right where I was able to help me become a better patient and help the doctors more so they didn't have to be on me to do these things. I was able to know to do it myself because I knew I would get out of the hospital faster.
To have everything at our fingertips was so nice. And so it just made the process of him healing and his care team providing him everything that he needs so much better.